Thanks for hanging out with me.
It's my pleasure.
No pun intended.
No, I don't do puns.
Yes,
I never do puns. That's not my thing.
I'm so glad that we get to hang out. Thanks for bringing beers over.
Oh, no, that is truly my pleasure. I needed this today.
I wonder, did you listen to the podcast episode of Jess dragging me about bingo?
I don't think so.
About, like, phrases that Today we're going to add pleasure is going to be on the bingo card.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
How many times can we say the word pleasure?
It's going to be a lot.
And also, do you know when you say a word so many times that it
doesn't mean anything anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a word?
Yeah.
Pleasure.
No, but, like, that word means so much to me, so I hope that doesn't happen.
So we'll just try to rein it in.
It's going to be fine. It's fine.
Anyways, I'm sitting here with one of my dear friends, Hannah Croft, radical therapist, focused on pleasure, confidence, and joy. When I think of you, Hannah Croft.
When you think of me, which is often.
Which is...
all the time.
On a regular basis. I feel like that... I feel like you really nailed it. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
I feel like...
That's so affirming.
Let me affirm you.
Wow.
What just came to mind, which has nothing to do with anything, but kind of, is, did you see, Fury Road? Mad Max?
No.
You didn't?
No.
With Charlize Theron?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's one of my all-time favorite movies, and, like, I have such a weird, skewed... Like, when I tell people, like, what my favorite... They're like,
why?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, and also, I never would have guessed that.
Yeah,
like,
that does not track with anything.
It's so good. But the War Boys... I'm so sorry to get into this.
I'm really wondering where you're going with this.
They say... Essentially, before they commit suicide in the name of, like, whatever the fuck his name is.
Wow, this is just like a really lighthearted episode.
Joe.
Isn't it? Good job, Eva.
They, like, spray this, like, silver spray paint on their teeth. And they say, witness me. And it's like they want to be affirmed. Like, I'm going to die for Joe. So that's what it made me think of. You felt affirmed. Witness me. Let me witness you, Han.
Here I am.
Let me never say that again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
Hannah.
you thought I was going to make this weird.
God.
Just, you know. Wow.
We have to watch that movie.
Do we?
Yeah, no, we really do. I am going to make you watch that movie.
Okay. Well, I'll make you watch my favorite movie.
Which is?
9 to 5.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
That hurts me in my soul. I
have no idea what that is.
It's Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Dolly Parton.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Working 9 to 5.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No?
No.
No as in you've never seen it, or no as in that doesn't interest you?
No, it does. I feel like I am sometimes like the worst gay in the world because of moments like this.
You've never watched The L Word, have you?
No.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How gay are you, for real?
Is that a question that you're asking me?
No, I'm asking myself.
I was going to say, to the people who are listening to this, I'm currently wearing corduroy overalls and putting crisscross applesauce. So...
with a tall boy IPA.
So if you're wondering how gay I am.
So if you're wondering how gay, I look very, depending on like what way you want to go with this, I feel like it could either be like 90s professor, maybe a naughty sorority. I could put on like my daddy glasses and we could go like either way.
I'm just like really trying to figure out what professor wears sweatpants. Like, I'm not trying to drag you, but that was a little too easy.
It's just the sweatshirt. This has nothing to do with we're going to put a pin in that.
Yeah. We're just going to shelve that.
Han, tell me about the best thing that you've eaten, and it can be something that somebody else made for you or something that you made recently.
I wanted to make a sex joke, but I'm not going to.
I mean, there is an E for explicit content on this podcast. So you can go both ways.
No, yesterday. So in my family, we do Sunday dinners.
I know, I love it so much. I was actually thinking about you guys yesterday.
Well, so Sunday dinners, my little brother moved here almost 3 years ago now? 2 years ago? Whatever. Time is broken. Time is a flat circle. It doesn't really mean anything.
Time is fake.
But we have Sunday dinners, my brother and his girlfriend and me and my partner, and usually my partner and I cook, or we do like a little cooking class where Sawyer and Christina also learn to cook something.
That's very cute.
To cook.
Yes.
And this is all in trade because they took care of our dog for a month, and we're just like slowly chipping away at that debt. But yesterday we were like, fuck this, we're not cooking. So we went to Orange Taco Place.
What's that?
It's Taqueria La Familia on Alameda and Tejon.
Okay.
Orange Taco Place because it's an orange building that has bars on the windows.
Yes.
That's how you know it's a good taco place.
Yeah, for real.
And I had their cochinita pibil, and it was just
so good.
So good. And my brother had birria for the first time, and it was just like watching his face experience like quesabirria for the first time was just like...
Have you had quiques?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, we've had this conversation.
Yeah, but my brother was just like, oh my god, this is just like next level delicious. And so I think both eating cochinita pibil in just like a kind of like side of the road taco shop, and then eating birria with my brother.
It was a full circle moment.
It was just like a nice little... That's the best thing I've eaten. Also, those pickled red onions at that place, the spicy ones.
Oh man,
they hurt my face so much, but they are so delicious.
I know where I'm gonna go. Have you know what I meant to ask you actually a couple weeks ago? Have you been to La Diabla?
No.
New pozole tacos. They do...
You had me at pozole.
I know. So they do... here's the thing, and I'll tell you more about this off air.
Give me the inside scoop.
Thursdays, they do buy one, get one. That's the only time that I would go. That's the only day, like, that I would go.
Okay.
I mean, because, like, it's $17 a bowl.
Okay.
It's good. Is it the best pozole I've ever had? No. $17 is taxing. I mean, that's like... That's
pushing it.
That's a decent amount of money.
That's a treat yourself meal.
But if you're like buy one get one moment, it's a little bit more digestible. But they do tacos that are apparently even better. And their red beer is fire. Like I would go just to eat like chips and salsa and have a red beer.
Ooh.
I know.
I was just daydreaming about this mango michelada that I had in Colombia.
You know what I'm going to get dragged for is I do not like fruit and tajin. I know. I never have. Never.
Oh my
it's not my bag.
I mean,
or like mangonadas are also...
Wow. I mean, more for me.
You can have it all.
Yeah.
Or like people that salt their watermelon. That's also...
I don't really do that. But that's mostly because I'm really picky about the texture of my watermelon.
And I feel like it gets weird and mealy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I feel affirmed.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Witness me.
I witness you, Ava.
I kept calling him Joe, the character of the movie. I was like, it's something Joe. God Joe, Daddy Joe. Is
it Max?
It's Immortal Joe.
I think that just makes your affection for this movie even weirder.
It's so weird.
I don't get it. Whatever. I'm not here to yuck your yum. I don't kink shame.
I'm gonna make you watch it. I have a weird, like a very, I don't know, like top 5, and they are so varied and they're so random. All right, what is the best thing that I've eaten recently? You know, I made the mistake. I didn't make a mistake, but I did, like, I fucked my own self in raising, like, a semi-bougie kid. Who's like, I'm like, Moon, do you want, like, oatmeal for breakfast? She's like, no, but I would like some avocado toast. I'm like, okie dokie. But, like, so I get, there's a gentleman here that has a cottage bakery, black and delicate. His name is Brian. He's a lovely human being.
Really, really just a delightful human to just chat with.
Delightful human being. And he turns, that sourdough is fire.
It was so good.
It was really
so
good. And honestly, I was actually having this conversation with Mel the other day of, like, how good simple food is.
Yes. Simple food done well
is, it doesn't have to be, like, what's this word that I want to use? Cockamamie?
Is that the word you want to use?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the word?
If you want it to be.
We're going with it.
All right.
It doesn't have to be, like, fussy. There doesn't have to be 985 ingredients. No. But, like, if you have a fire avocado, fire sourdough, chili oil.
I just realized I changed my answer to the question.
Oh, my. I don't know if you can.
Am I allowed to? It's okay if I'm not.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Okay, yes, please do that. There are no rules here.
Okay. So for Christmas, my partner's one of 5.
God
There's
bless.
A lot of people there, and everybody's got, like, partners and babies and whatnot. So we do Secret Santa, and my Secret Santa,
not Secret Santa,
went to Italy, like, the month before Christmas. Wow, words.
Words are hard today. You're preaching to the choir. I can't word today.
No, he
have another sip of beer, Han.
No, he brought back really good olive oil.
Oh, see?
And this, like, rustic, like, Tuscan pasta called peachy. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay, it's, like, very, it's, like, hard flour pasta.
Okay.
Like, really thick. So it takes, like, we, like, didn't really realize this. It takes, like, 30 minutes to cook this pasta.
Jesus, age.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm starving.
And so, but we made aglio e olio with this pasta, and it was
so good.
So good.
What's the texture? Or what was the shape?
Okay, so it's, like, almost, like, udon-y in shape.
Okay.
Like, it's like bucatini. You know bucatini?
Yes.
But it's not hollow in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
And, like, the texture is kind of, like, got that
chewy?
udon-y. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love a chewy noodle.
I love a chewy noodle.
So much.
And it was just, like, so delicious. And it was like, okay, we're using this, like, beautiful olive oil that he brought back for us from Italy, and it tasted so, it was so simple. I, like, sauteed an onion, which is, like, not what you typically do with aglio e olio, but, like, that's fine.
Don't tell anyone.
But just, like, garlicky, lemony, parsley.
Sign me up.
Goodness.
Yep. Like, hands down
beautiful.
comfort food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also, like, it's one of those, when I think about simple food, I always think of Anthony Bourdain.
Duh.
Which, like, inevitably makes me really emotional.
Hannah's gonna start crying. We're gonna have to take a tentative break so I can bust out the tissues.
I'm fine.
She's fine.
Let the record show.
She's not crying yet.
I only cry about Anthony Bourdain 2 days a year now. It's fine. But it's just like that idea of, like, making simple food really, like, really well.
Accessible, well.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't. And so, like, circling back to this avocado toast, like, I had such good, just, like, key ingredients. Nothing was, like, fussy about it. Yeah. The eggs that I did were perfect. And I think, of course they were. And I also, like, you know, like, we're sitting here and Mooney, like, leans over and she goes, "This is the best toast ever, Mom." And, like, that just, duh. Like, obviously I'm going to choose that.
That's really, really wonderful.
And also, I mean, we just need to be real transparent here. The amount of meals that I've eaten the last 2 weeks are, you fed me.
I did.
Congee was fire. Meatballs were fire.
Those, I did good on that.
Oh,
meal.
man.
That was a good meal.
That was a really good meal.
Yeah.
That was the first meal that I ate.
I know.
And then after that, you know who's going to be really pissed listening to this episode now that I think about it? Jess went on like a real long cooking hiatus for like almost 3 months.
Okay.
And she made me dinner twice last week.
Well,
Jessica Lynn, if you're listening to this, that cassoulet baby with the duck,
was not as good as my congee.
That's what she's trying to say. Actually, that cassoulet really was fire. I will, if I didn't have such a moment with Mooney,
Yeah.
about the toast.
No, but that's the thing. Is like the best thing you've eaten is not just about like
the
what
food,
it tasted like.
right? It's a moment.
Yeah.
We're having some. Maddox, on the other hand, this was Maddox's face, and I'm sorry that none of you can see it, but you can imagine it if you can imagine mine. The toast with the crust or whatever. I mean, like, it has a little tooth to it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm all like, I cut it in little. I know that he's not gonna like pick up a whole fucking slice of sourdough and like mow. So I put just the avocado, which is essentially like just mashed avocado, right? Like on his plate. Mm-hmm. When Mooney was this age, I mean, she would get down on avocado. I mean, he literally looked down at his placemat with such disdain that I thought that he was going to like faint out of disgust. Like he literally like moved his body away from his plate and was like, and like didn't touch any of it. Like not the berries, not the egg on the side.
It's interesting because that's the face that Maddox makes when he sees me.
You again?
You're like, oh, this bitch?
Yeah, right. And then 4 minutes later, he's fine.
Then 4 minutes later, he's just like cuddled up.
He's
so,
all,
you know.
Open up your lap, lady. He touched nothing on that plate this morning. I've talked about this in several episodes. There are so many things that people, specifically parents, like hyper focus and hyper fixate on, and like, are you eating it? Oh my God. Like, oh, and they're gonna, Maddox is not gonna fucking starve. Okay. Like, you don't want to eat anything off this plate. It seems to me like you might be hungry soon. So I'm gonna just leave it. And if we want to circle back,
when you're ready for
but I'm also like, I'll never like make my kids sit there and like stare. I'm like, if you're not interested in any of this, I love you so much. I'm not making a fucking second breakfast. So if you feel so inclined, circle on back at some point. But I don't know. And I think maybe some people could potentially look at me and be like, that's careless as fuck. Like, you got to feed your kid. And I'm like,
You're also like giving your kids permission to like eat on their own schedule and like build an intuitive relationship with food, which like I don't think many people have.
and so many people, I mean, I don't even think that like, I think my mom was really good at it. I don't so much remember, like in certain situations with certain people, like the idea of like cleaning your plate or like you're not getting up from the table until you eat this. Like, but I don't think that my mom was that way. I think that she was like, you're going to fucking eat it if you're hungry. And if you're not hungry, then I guess you won't eat it. And I guess you'll go to bed hungry. Like, I don't know.
My parents would always be like, well, if you don't like that, you can make yourself a peanut butter and
jelly sandwich. Same.
Or like you can make yourself a quesadilla, which at that point in my life was a flour tortilla with some American cheese slapped on it and thrown in the microwave.
We were also just having this conversation. I am not going to lie to y'all. If I am down in dumpster town and I need like a hug, I will straight up get a flour tortilla, put like cheddar cheese slices on it and like some dashes of Red Hot and put that fucker in the microwave. A pan won't do. I don't want crunchy. I want it to be I want it to be soggy and fucking weird. I want it to be disgusting.
I'm not here to yuck your yum, so good for you.
You know what I also do that Jess thinks is revolting, as most people do, is I love soggy cereal so much.
Ew, Ava.
I hate crunchy cereal to the point that I will pour milk on my cereal and like literally shelve it for like 10 minutes before I will come back to it. This is how disgusting I am.
Okay, I said I'm not here to yak your yum, but that's fucking gross.
Listen, so it gets better. For example, my all-time favorite cereal of all time is Cinnamon Life.
Which gets soggy the minute it touches milk.
Oh no. I have to let it sit for like 10 minutes until it becomes like a mass.
So what you're saying is you like cereal tea.
I like cereal mash. I like mashed cereal.
You know,
Also,
you could just like cut out the middleman and eat fucking oatmeal, right?
No. What about Fruity Pebbles So Soggy? It is so good.
No.
And it also, because it's teeny tiny, it gets soggy really quickly. And I love it's such a nice texture.
No.
Like this. Yeah.
No.
That's what it feels like. Just love me, okay?
I'm just like having a memory return to my body right now in which I like scolded my father because it took him too long to get me my bowl of cereal, and in the time that it took from the cereal to get from the kitchen to the table,
it's the audacity. It's the audacity.
Like, we are opposites in this.
I think most people are.
Yeah.
Most people are somewhat normal.
I think that this is really gross. I love you so much, and I think this is disgusting.
I think that it just like ties into like my love of like undercooked things as a whole. Like, I love a soggy thing.
But isn't soggy cereal technically overcooked?
Yeah, it is. Shh. I'm all do 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 do. I'm like, oh my god, it is. Okay, we're gonna move on.
We're gonna transition because...
And we're gonna note it. Okay.
We are finding ourselves in the weeds here, friends.
We're transitioning. I think I told you earlier that I did a teaser. I'm going to stop saying that word because it's turning into pleasure and it doesn't sound like a word anymore.
Pleasure is a word.
It's not a word anymore.
All right.
Anyway. One of my favorite things about our relationship, I don't think a lot of people are like us. I think that, like, if you sent a voice memo to a lot of people, they'd be like, I do this with, like, you and one other person. And I think that, yeah, I think for the most part, people are like, the fuck are you doing?
That's funny. So when I was in the Peace Corps, voice memos were, like, my lifeline.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Because WhatsApp.
Right.
I would just be, like, puttering around my house and just, like, sending my best friend Kate voice memos back and forth. There would be, like, because... Oh...
You ever just have to take, like, a mini break to, like, put your kid's pacifier back in his mouth?
No, because my kid's a dog and he doesn't use a pacifier.
Fair enough. Back to transitioning.
Yeah, we were. This was like a perfect time to take a little breaky poo.
And now we're back and revitalized.
We're just like totally on.
We're on track and on point.
Wherever that track.
I feel collected.
I just keep thinking about really delightful things I've eaten recently.
I know. I'm like, can we just keep circling back to that? Honestly, her cassoulet was really good.
Remember when my fiance brought me freshly made bread with butter, honey, and Maldon in bed?
Your fiance is annoying, and by annoying I mean precious as fuck.
Him. He's the best.
He's so precious.
I'm gonna marry the shit out of him.
I'm gonna marry him so hard, and by me I mean you.
Anyway, what was our...
Oh yeah, we were like so ready to transition.
Yeah.
And we felt so agenda. Collected. So
just like there was a baby crying.
And it was it's his fault. It's Maddox's fault.
It's Maddox's fault.
Maddox did it. Anyways, back to the teaser. That's what we were discussing.
Yes, the teaser.
And voice memos.
Voice memos and how voice memos
and
were
WhatsApp
in South America.
Yes.
Because I didn't really have cell service in my site, but voice memos would send, and so it would just be this like weird walkie-talkie thing.
Yes.
With my friends on and on and on for 2 years.
I love it. So do I.
My girlfriends will send them to me. Like, that's like how we like check in at the end of our day.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's you and one other person. Jess likes it, I think, because it adds like a certain level of intimacy, even if it's just like, hi, how's today? You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, anyways, I feel like a lot of people are like, I'm not listening. Like, what is happening? I'm not listening to this right now. But you and I correspond through voice memo a lot during the week.
It's nice.
It's like it's a nice form of communication. And something that you brought up last weekend was you were listening to NPR. And on NPR, you were listening about how, and I'll let you take it from here.
So there's this restaurant group locally.
Oh, it's local.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just
the restaurant group that has like Mizuna and like French 75 and whatever else under that umbrella. But they were like, wow, COVID is really taking a toll on our employees' mental health.
Wait, is Mizuno a Bonanno concept? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, wow, our employees, they're just like, their mental health has been completely wrecked by this pandemic.
Weird.
Who'd have thunk it? And we like don't have, there's no way that we can like provide them adequate mental health care under their benefits. So we're going to hire an in-house therapist. Which I was just like, wow, this is so refreshing to hear. Because I feel like I grew up in food and beverage. Like my dad is a sommelier. Like I know food people. I live with food people.
One of your favorite friends is a food people.
Yeah,
it's
one of
fine.
my favorite friends is a food people. Some of my like most treasured memories are like me being a child in a restaurant because my dad couldn't find a babysitter.
Right.
But like mental health is a conversation that happens outside the restaurant.
Right.
Like full stop.
Full stop.
And that like they were like, oh, we're gonna hire this person to be the like wellness director of our restaurant group and have groups and have individual therapy and have like skill building workshops. I was just like, this is so fucking cool. I would love to create a space for like service industry folks to come and be in like a nice, kind, warm, therapeutic space.
Yeah.
So naturally, 30 seconds after I heard this NPR story, I started a voice memo to you.
And I, like, my initial reaction was just, like, a resounding fuck yes. Like, not only
Which
does
is also why you're the person who, when I have ideas about shit that I'm like, I want to flesh this out at some point eventually, I'm going to tell Ava about it.
I love that you feel like that because I feel that way about you.
Oh, that's so nice.
Let me be a safe space for you. And also let me, like, enthusiastically be, like, enthusiastic as fuck about, like, shit that you're into.
This is so nice.
Except crunchy cereal, dog. I'm not into that.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna put that one to bed.
And never speak of it again.
We will never speak
I'm gonna just, like, start carrying around a box of cereal so that when I arrive to your house, I'm gonna be like, helping myself. I'll come back to it in 20 minutes. Anyways, as soon as I heard this, I was like, not only do I feel like a resounding fuck yes, like, as you know, not only do I work in the food industry in some capacity myself, it's obviously much different because it's me and me within my business. But people that I love are the service industry for sure. And I think that it obviously, like, mental health as a whole, speaking about mental health or being transparent and vulnerable in that way in the industry, it has always been very taboo. It's always been like bootstrappy as fuck.
Coming back to Anthony Bourdain,
right?
I feel like a huge light was shed on like the lack of mental health resources
1,000%
when Anthony Bourdain suicided, and like that was a moment for like so my dad loved Anthony Bourdain, like deep in his bones, and so did I.
So many of us did. And like that was a moment where my dad was like, oh shit, like the people in my world are not getting the support that they need. No, they're fucked.
And like I just kind of like, it kind of just dawned on me recently, like, yeah, I focus on like sexuality in my work, I focus on like disordered eating, I do a lot of like pleasure-centered work around, like, different things, but, like, also, if I have such, like, a love and such a, like, heart space for food and people who work in food and beverage, then, like, why would I not extend my, like, professional capacity to these people? Not, like, in a, like, I'm gonna save you way, because that's not
Hold
it.
space.
But, like, I have the tools to hold space, and people are not giving you the space that you fucking need.
And I have the hand pies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ava has the pies. I have the space in my brain and heart and an office.
I'm for it.
And so, like, why would I not use that?
I feel like it's such a, you know, when I think about the people that I love the most that are in the industry, those are like some of the people that absolutely need tended to
Right.
the most.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And, like, why... It's so... I feel like over the past, 2 going on 3 years, we've been talking about, like, food and beverage folk as, like, frontline workers because, like, they have made sure that, like, we can still get drunk on a Tuesday.
Right.
Like...
You can take your fucking pizzas home.
Right. And, like, we've lauded these people as, like, heroes of this pandemic, and we are not.
And what the
giving them
fuck are we doing?
tools.
What are we doing for them?
Right, exactly.
We're not.
And, like, I can, like, do I buy a lot of takeout? Was I a total lush for to-go cocktails?
Bro.
100%. But, like, also... I can, like, level up my support of this community that, like, means a lot to me and, like, means a lot to me as, like, a person having grown up in it, too.
Right. I'm for it. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think that it's going to be really tremendous to watch you transition and go into, and not only go into, but, like, flourish in your role as, like, with your own private practice. And, like, I'm just excited to, like, see what the fuck happens here.
One of my favorite clients, which, like, we don't have favorites, but we all have favorites.
Everybody has favorites.
If you think...
I'm my therapist's favorite client, stop.
I don't think I'm my therapist's favorite client, but that's okay. I have favorites, and one of my favorite clients told... When I was, like, explaining to her that I was going off on my own and starting my own private practice, she referred to it as pulling a Beyonce. And I was like... I'm gonna keep that forever. Like, I am.
That's what you're doing.
This is becoming a core memory for me. I hope that you know that.
You're stepping out. You're like, pulling a Beyonce.
Yeah. I was like, I know that, like, our relationship is about me supporting you, but this one sentence that you said
is a core memory.
Is a core memory. That has given me, like, a whole new set of spoons.
Listen, maybe we just need to, like, I don't know. Maybe you need, like, some stilettos.
Have you seen...
She's wearing corduroy overalls. Stop. She has a Sherpa-lined jean jacket.
It's right here.
She's not wearing stilettos.
My idea of a heel is a clog.
I can't.
I'm gonna wear cowboy boots to my own wedding.
Oh my god. Well, that's gonna be... Man... Let's not fucking derail, because we need to wrap this shit up so that we can talk about Han's wedding dress. I gotta go.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's on our to-do list for tonight.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
This has hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, been one of my favorite episodes to record. I can't wait to have you back, Han.
Oh, wait, is this really where it ends? I feel like we didn't actually talk about anything.
Yeah, we're really going to. She's like, wait, oh my god, I have so much. The road is, we've come, it's forking. It's time to talk about wedding dresses.
Oh, okay.
We gotta go.
All right, well, if you ever want to talk about food again, you know where to find me.
I mean, you're one of my favorite people to talk about food with, so I don't know how...
always talking about food.
I don't know how we haven't done this sooner, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm a little offended.
Oh, I'm offended.
Have you just, like, been waiting in the...
Yeah, I've just been like, when is Ava gonna
Hello?
ask me, like, oh, your friend who's a radical eating disorder therapist, when are you gonna fucking ask her to be on your podcast about
Can you
food?
just like, invite yourself next time?
No, I don't do that.
Do you want to be enthusiastically chosen?
Yeah, I'm a pick-me girl, okay?
Dude, don't get me started on pick-me syndrome.
I am a pick-me girl, and I know that about myself.
Bruh.
And you know what? Like,
I'll pick you. I enthusiastically pick you.
thank you so much.
Day in and day out.
I just want to be picked.
I'm picking you right now.
I want to be everyone's favorite booger.
Don't ever say that again. Until next week. Hannah the Booger. Signing off.